I'll change that.
Okay. Can they hear me yet online? Good morning and welcome to the coolest sport in Colorado athletics. We're here at the beautiful Gold Run Nordic Center in Breckenridge, Colorado, the site of the 2021 CHSAA High School Nordic Skiing State Championships. I'll be your host for the event today, bringing you all the action live over the course of it. We'll be starting off with the men's 5-kilometer classic race at 10 a.m., and then the women will go at 10:45. We'll then take a slight break to allow the athletes to rest, and begin again at 1:30 with the men starting their 3-kilometer skate loop, followed by the women going at 2. All racing should conclude by 3 p.m., and unfortunately due to COVID restrictions, there will be no awards ceremony or banquet after the races. It's a beautiful day today. There's barely a cloud in the sky, with temperatures already in the 30s and expected to reach into the mid-40s by skate race time this afternoon. It's going to be warm, fast, and the course conditions are very good. There isn't much wind blowing to slow the athletes down, and the two courses are quite different and will test the athletes' aerobic fitness, climbing ability, speed, and it's going to be a very exciting day of events for spectators. Due to COVID, both races will be individual starts, with athletes beginning on 15-second intervals. The start order was determined randomly, with each of the 13 teams being given spots to place their top athletes before beginning the cycle again, which means there could be several surprises as some of the top athletes might not start until the 20s or even into the 30s. Expect to see a lot of passing and shuffling over the course race as racers in the favorite racers try to finish in the top 5. As far as the classic course itself, it's a 5-kilometer course, single loop. It's actually closer to 6 kilometers. That's about 3.4 miles for you metrically challenged. It's a rolling and hilly course that will challenge the athletes. It has about a total elevation gain of 220 feet, with a lot of that coming in the first 1.2 miles or so as they head up the 163-foot climb on Gold Run Trail. The race starts with a relatively flat loop around Buffalo Flats, then jumps into a big climb on Gold Run, and then they'll begin their long descent down to Smuggler, where they'll start another 50-foot short climb, where they'll summit and then head down to the hill, winding on the descent through Dyer and Sunset, before they finish with a relatively flat loop around Buffalo Flats to the finish. There is a short, punchy 10 to 15-foot climb right at the finish line that will certainly tax the racers' arms and legs and make for an exciting finish. We'll see a lot of double pulling on the course today, even though this is a classic race, and we may see several of the top competitors opting to use their skate skis for better traction. Oh, and we are off. So the first racers are off. And we have racer, I believe that is from Clear Creek. Okay, this is the fourth racer. This is Paul Masters from Netherlands. And next up is going to be Kai Opido from Summit. So right now we're just watching the initial start. We have a drone that will be up here shortly to watch the racers out on the course, but these are the initial starters. Next up, number 6 is going to be Colin Norman from Poudre Valley in the blue and yellow. Again, they're starting in 15-second intervals, and this is the 5K Classic race. Next up on the starting line is going to be Cotton Sumner from Steamboat Springs. He's one of the favorites today. All right, we're getting some great footage on the horseshoe loop here. Coming around, the first racer is coming around that first part of Buffalo Flats. Next racer up out of the gate is going to be Graham Tuigatis from Jeffco Ski Team or Evergreen Ski Team, depending on how you want to refer to it. And he is off. And next we have Jace Peters coming in from Lake County High School, up out of Leadville in the purple and white. All right, so the first racers have gotten around the horseshoe loop and are going to be heading up on that hill, about 163-foot vertical climb. and they're going to be heading up there before they start their long descent. So we'll see how the kick wax is working today, who's double poling, and who's going to be using the kick wax. But several athletes are already starting to stretch out on the course and either make up their 15-second intervals or extend them. So it's going to be pretty exciting. All right, we are now on to looks like Middle Park is up right now. That's going to be Graydon Walker as our next starter. All right, we are now out on the course. We are looking, I can't tell exactly what racer we have here, but just starting the uphill climb. So it's probably racer 5 or 6, so that's going to be Kyle Pito or Colin Norman from what I can tell. Back to the start. All right, we have racer 15 just about to start off. That's going to be Tiago Moore. He was second last year at the Classic State Championships for 2020. He's out of Aspen High School. And then following him is going to be Alex Colby from Steamboat Springs. You're seeing that classic polling technique coming on the start for most of the racers as they try to get up speed. There's a slight downhill from the start. They'll be coming right up. If you see the two tracks, the one on the right-hand side, they'll be coming right up that toward the finish. So they got that same hill to deal with right at the finish line. So get that speed and then work it around the horseshoe before you start heading up that nice climb on Gold Run. We're out on camera 1 now looking at the course. All right, we are at right around start of 20 now from, this is Battle Mountain that's up there right now. It's going to be Ari Dennis, followed by Finn Leahy from Colorado Rocky Mountain School, Evan Callahan from Summit, and then Zach Footer from Evergreen High School. So those are the next 4 going off. Remember, 15-second intervals. All right. So we got Evan Callahan from Summit that's just about to go off, and then Zach Footer. The classic course, as I mentioned, is closer to 6 kilometers. It's relatively hilly. There's a nice punchy climb right at the beginning of it, the first mile and a half or so. So that's where a lot of the passing is going to go. And then there's a downhill race. What I think we're going to see from a time standpoint is anywhere from about 16 high to 17 low for the winners in this race. And then it'll go down from there probably to about 25, 26 minutes for the rest of the competitors. So getting some beautiful shots out on the course. We're still in the timing area, though, for the starts. And we've got Gray Barker from Middle Park just about to start off. I believe right in front of him is Loke Masters in the beautiful colored pants there. All right, so we're getting through the course, through the trees. I can't make out exactly what whose skier that is, but... All right, that looks like Gray Barker starting from Middle Park. Since we have Josiah Horning from Lake County High School starting next. And then Lucas Bergston from Eagle Valley High School. Yeah, as long as we got a little bit of time here as we loop out into the course, I want to thank some of the sponsors we have here. Boulder Nordic, Cowbells, and Angel Hawk. Angel Hawk is the company that's providing this beautiful drone footage that we are seeing right now. Excited to be able to show this to you so you can actually get various views of the course. We also have several others: Wilson Sporting Goods, Les Schwab Tires, Dairy Max, Max Preps, Advanced Orthopedics, Varsity Spirit, Wendy's, Wallace Photography, Herf Jones, and the Kukulski Brothers. For those of you who want to get your sweatshirts or your state patches, etc., the Kukulski Brothers have a website available since we are not going to have a on-site location due to COVID. So it's an exciting race today. We're already well over halfway through. Most of these racers have not seen each other race. We've been in pods, so you're seeing 3 or 4 teams competing against each other multiple times over the course of the season. So, for instance, Aspen didn't see a lot of the Front Range, and Steve-O didn't see people from Battle Mountain, etc. So we tried to keep it localized and keep 3 or 4 teams to be able to compete together. So what that means is we've got a lot of exciting racing because a lot of these racers just haven't had the opportunity to go head-to-head against each other. So that's it's going to allow for them to kind of feel each other out in the classic race this morning, and we'll see if any strategy plays into the skate race in the afternoon. We're well into the start order here. I think we're in the 30s at this point. I think we've got Towns Baki and then Corbin Carpenter from Aspen about to start as well.
Yeah, Town's gone. Oh no, you got business now because the girl hasn't been up yet.
Morning, how are you guys?
A lot of the top finishers are probably going to come across the line well before we finish the start. With have about close to about 18, 19 minutes of starting. As I said, I think the top racers, as I see the first racer coming through, he still has a couple minutes left to go, but I think that we'll see a finish here in the next 4 or 5 minutes or so. So we are getting through it. We should have our first results. I want to remind everyone that just because you cross the finish line first does not mean that you are the winner of the race. We are starting as a time trial start with 15-second intervals, so we will not know who the finisher is until all 75 racers have completed the course. There are several of the top racers that are starting just due to the randomness of the starting order in the later seeds. So we don't know if that means that the course is going to get faster over the course of the day, slow down. They're going to have to deal with passing people. It just the dynamic of a COVID-19 edition race is definitely going to shake some things up and make it more interesting. So we will get an idea of who the first racer is, at least as they come through. That'll definitely give us an indication. We're getting some great footage. That's coming down the backside of Smuggler. So there's a nice downhill patch there where the racers can hopefully get a little bit of their breath back after a lot of climbing. And then it flattens out in the last mile or so as they come around here and end up on Buffalo Flats just in their last circle. So no one has gotten to that point yet where they come through here and get out of the Buffalo Flats, but I expect that to happen very shortly, especially from this part. We got still coming down from, this is still the downhill portion of Smugglers as they loop their way around. This is going to be kind of on Dyer and Sunset area as they're coming through. It's all that back part of the course. It's kind of lonely out there. You can see the racers have definitely separated and spread out. Unlike traditional years where you're going to see a pack of people possibly working together, this is more of a time trial, alone kind of thing. You're going to be working your way. It's you against the clock, and you let the chips kind of fall where they may, and I'm excited to see how the first couple racers come across, but this is high school racing. So once again, welcome to Breckenridge and the Gold Run Nordic Center. This is the CHSAA 2021 High School Nordic State Skiing Championships. This is the men's classic race, and it is a 6-kilometer course. This looks like, yes, definitely starting to get some skiers coming through towards the later stages of the race. We're definitely in the 60s or 70s on the start list at this point. All right, so we're going to switch out some drone batteries here, so we're going to go back to our live feed of the start. We're not going to see any of the aerial stuff. All right, we got the first skier coming through. That is bib number 1. Looks like Sullivan Middow is coming through first. So Sullivan Middow from Battle Mountain High School. He was actually 4th at last year's. Well, he was 6th, I think, at last year's. Followed by number 3, which is Ferguson St. John from Eagle Valley. He finished 1 place ahead last year at state. So he is actually the 3rd fastest returner. Sullivan is the 4th fastest returner of the day. So we have our 2 top racers. They still have about 2 minutes or so before they cross the finish line. It was in first place, and he also started first, with Sullivan Middow from Battle Mountain High School. The second place skier was Ferguson St. John, who is from Eagle Valley High School. He passed up his 15-second man, which was Camden Faline from CC. Clear Creek, we have not seen him on the course yet. Next, we have Paul Masters, Kyle Pito, so we should be seeing them relatively soon. This looks like Sumner Cotton coming through now. He was the 7th starter, so he has passed up several people. Sumner actually is one of the top skiers. He struggled a bit last year, broke a pole, and had to DNF, so he did not finish last year's state race, but certainly one of the stronger skiers in the region. We got Graham Tui Gatus coming next, so they passed up a lot of the skiers. Colin Norman, Calapito, Paul Masters. We have not seen them back, so Graham was the 8th skier to start. Graham was 17th in the state championships last year, 11th fastest returner. He raced 3 times Classic this year and actually did pretty well. He won all 3 races, so a little bit of a dark horse there to see how he does compared to some of the favorites. We still haven't seen Anders Weiss, last year's state champion, or Tiago Moore, both from Aspen, and they are going to be coming through here pretty quick. Number 9 has come through now. Number 9 was Jace Peters. And then it looks like we have Kyle Pito from Summit coming in. So all right, so we got our first racer in. Sullivan Middow has finished. And his time, if I can refresh and actually get the times here. And it looks like we have just seen Ferguson St. John finish as well. I do not have the results posted yet, so I'm not getting real-time results to be able to show you who came in at what time. Hopefully we have that here pretty soon. But we got the finish line coming as we're looking. I think our next finisher is going to be Sumner Cotton. And he was the 7th starter. Again, there's a nice uphill finish here, so the racers certainly have their work cut out for them on the finish here. They pretty much finish exactly where they start. And I see that Sumner is just about to finish. And then Graham Tui, his chase man, is just coming in behind him. So, not behind him, he's still coming onto the loop behind him. So, we will see what the deltas are as soon as we get a chance to get the results posted. So, we're seeing Graham on the screen right now. And, of course, we still have some racers starting. You're seeing them going off right now. I don't know the number, so I can't tell you exactly who they are. It's a red and black team, which is usually Lake County, I believe, or Aspen. I think Aspen has several racers in the bottom half because they have a lot of racers.
do it, but it's still just different enough that it's like, oh, what is that muscle and what is that? And it's super exhausting. It's crazy how.
You punch in on those guys coming down and then.
All right, so we're just finishing up here, getting the starting order. There's about 4 or 5 left. So we're probably just coming down to, at this point, JP Viola, Andy Tricoli, Bowden Tuminello, Will Coons, Jackson Fryer, and Eli Carvo from Steamboat being our last racer to go off. So we're seeing several of the racers coming in today at this point. I think we've got number 13. 13 just finished, so that is Anders Weiss, last year's state champion in the Colorado flag colors, coming across the finish line. So very strong for Anders. All right. Looks like we got Ari Dennis possibly coming in next. Oh no, he's coming through at the backside, so he is not in yet. He's still got about another 2 minutes to go. This is skier number 12, I think, coming across now. That will be Graydon Walker from Middle Park High School, followed quickly by number 6, which is Colin Norman from Poudre Valley.
No, she had 10:52 for this one, and then 2:07 for the last one.
And then we'll see where the rest come in here. We still got a little bit of a break until the next person coming through. I apologize. I was hoping to get live feed here on the results. I do not have them yet, so.
Looking at the green, his house is the one that's right. I never even knew there was a house there. It's been there. It's been there, yeah, probably 10 or 15 years. It's far enough away from the green that your heart rate is focused on the green, right? Right.
All right, we're still waiting on the next couple of guys to cross the finish line here. Looks like number 4 possibly, and that would be Paul Masters from Netherlands, followed quickly by number 16, I believe. It looks like it's 18 from Aiden Duffy from Eagle Valley. So we're just getting the finish line here. We got 2 racers coming in. All right, 16 and 20. So that would have been Alex Colby from Steamboat Springs and Ari Dennis from Battle Mountain High School. I think that's what we're seeing on the screen right now. There's a little bit of a delay between I'm right at the finish line and going through them and then actually seeing it on the screen. So you're seeing Ari Dennis and Alex Colby from Steamboat Springs and Battle Mountain High School. Next up, I believe we're going to be seeing Zach Footer from Evergreen or Jeffco Ski Team, sporting his classic T-shirt. And there's definitely a little bit of a gap behind Zach, and here comes Zach on the screen coming in. There's that little 10 to 15 foot hill right at the end just to get across the finish line. A little bit of an uphill. Definitely going to feel it in the legs. And there's the finish line. So I see a group of about 4 or 5 skiers coming down right now. So we're going to have a group finish here. I don't have the numbers quite yet. We'll be picking them up on the screen here in a second. As we're getting into the later stages of the race, we definitely have already seen the top 20 or 25 skiers finish. All right, we've got some times in now. As I mentioned, I thought the race would be around 16:50. I was wrong. Sumner Cotton actually did a 14:50 on the time. So he is actually, it looks like he's in second. First place is Ferguson St. John with a 14:49. So 14:49 is currently the first place, followed by Sumner Cotton at 14:50. Number 3 is going to be... Number 3 is Sullivan Middow with a 15:06. Number 4 is Jace Peters with a 15:10. Number 5 is... I don't see 5. 5 is Cole Flashner. And number 6 is Graham Tui Gatus. So, and that was a 15:18. So, yeah, the top time was a 14:50, and the sixth place time was a 15:10. So, definitely a tight grouping there at the front. I think we still have a few of the top finishers, Tiaga and Anders Weiss, to see where they come in. But this was a fast course. Sub 15 on a 6-kilometer course, as hilly as this is, on Classic is very impressive. So, looking to see where some of these racers come in as we get the results here, strolling in.
I know. Well, we all didn't agree, so we just leave it at that. Yeah, I'll just leave it at
All right. So we're still waiting for several. We've only gotten about 22 or so of the results in. And again, it's Ferguson St. John, Sumner Cotton, Sullivan Middow, Jace Peters, Cole Flashner, Graham Tui Gatus, Corbin Carpenter, Towns Bakke, Zach Footer, Graydon Walker, and Josiah Horning are your top right now. I do not see Anders Weiss posted yet, or Tiago Moore, two of the favorites in the race, so we definitely want to see where they end up. Several racers still finishing. I see there's a couple out just on the long straightaway. We should see them in the next 30 or 40 seconds across the finish line.
I was so proud of myself in the second that I was going to dunk it for all of it, and I got to the top, and I still got like a mile to go.
Alrighty, we got a couple of them coming in right now. So I'll get you the bibs here in a second as they're coming across. See them stretched out there. The first one is bib number 36, which is going to be Jaden Fryer from Steamboat Springs. Second is bib number 32, which is going to be Jackson Maynard from Poudre Valley. And then bib number 31, which is going to be Evan Morrison from Evergreen Jeffco Ski Team. So those are the three that we've got coming in now. You can always tell a lot of the Jeffco Ski Team, they wear the checkered taxi cab yellow and black, very distinctive colors. You can see those out on the course. As we get them across the finish line here, we got a little bit of a slight break to our next racer. We've got two in the final straightaway here. Try and get their numbers as they come through. All right, so this next racer coming in is going to be number 33. Looks like 38, sorry. That's going to be Mason Cruz Abrams from Vale Mountain School. And then 37, which is Liam Gottman from Summit High School, crossing the finish line there. So again, as of now, we're seeing Ferguson St. John is still our leader with a 14:49. Sumner Cotton coming in second place with a 14:50. Wow, that was a whopping 1.4 seconds that are separating first and second place in a 6-kilometer race, 1.4 seconds. Then it went to Sullivan Middow with 15:06. Jace Peters with a 15:10, Cole Flashner with a 15:11, and Graham Tuigatis with a 15:18. That's what we're seeing right now, but again, these results can change drastically as we still have several people that have yet to finish. So we're still waiting on them to come in and shake this up just a little.
If I had literally another yard, Patrick, and I'm not kidding, I'm not exaggerating, another yard I would have got there. But instead, I tried to cut the corner.
All right, we still have probably about 30 racers out on the course. We will be getting them coming in. We're just getting a live stream straight from the finish here. You're seeing that 10 to 15 foot climb that the racers have to try to navigate in the last parts of the race after already climbing 220 feet over the course of the 6 kilometers. They're tired. We got a great feed coming in here. That's on the back side of the course. It's kind of a solo racer out there. It's beautiful. And you see on the top of the screen, that's the start of that 220-foot climb going up that Gold Run hill. So that's the main climb of the race. We still have some racers just starting out on that. That's about 1.2 miles into the race. So they still have a couple miles to go before they finish. And we get to see them cross this finish line, which we have on the screen now. So we have several skiers coming across. Looks like the next one is 30. What number is that? 50? 52. Who is 52? That is Eske Renault. He was the 52nd skier. He passed several people in front of him. He was 28th last year at state, so I haven't gotten his time yet, but that was an impressive move up from him. We've got a strong finish here from several racers. Number 17, which is for Parker Scott from Clear Creek. And we got a Battle Mountain racer, number 49, which is going to be Seamus Farrell. 49 is coming up on the finish line here as well. All right, so as of now, the results have not changed. I have not seen Anders Weiss or Tiago Moore's times post. I don't know why they have not posted yet. It's a bit of a surprise because they finished already, but we'll figure that out as the times get finalized. So again, 14:49 won it, Ferguson St. John as of now, and then Sumner Cotton is currently in second with a 14:50, a whopping 1.4 seconds behind. It was a very, very tight race, but even then, only 20 seconds or so separated the top 6 or so racers. So very tight race. Have a little bit of a break before we get our next group of racers across the finish line. Once again, I want to thank some of our sponsors here. I'll start off with the Angel Hawk folks, who are providing this beautiful aerial footage that we're seeing. Could not do this kind of commentating without them. It's great to be able to see people out on the course. Obviously, Boulder Nordic and cowbells, specific to Nordic skiing. And then you got Wilson Sporting Goods, Les Schwab Tires, Dairy Max, Max Preps, Advanced Orthopedics, Varsity Spirit, Wendy's, Wallace Photography, Herf Jones, and the Kukulski Brothers. And the Kukulski Brothers are great if you want a sweatshirt, t-shirt, patch. Got several crossing the line here. We've got, looks like, Sean Kramer from Evergreen High School. And then 55 is going to be Jake Drever from Eagle Valley High School coming across. Next, we've got a Battle Mountain skier coming up onto the hill. Looks like number 58. That's going to be Connor Larson coming across the finish line here in a few moments. Great race for Connor. Got a few more coming across the line here. Looks like bid number 61, which is going to be Christian Kelly from Aspen in the Tiger Pants from Aspen. And then bid number, he turned too quickly. I can't see his bid number. So looks like he's a Miller Park skier, but it might be Andy. Better not speculate, but there's a Miller Park skier that came in right behind him. All right. We got a few more coming in here. See if I can see their numbers as they come into view. Looks like number 54, which would be Oliver Barwell from Evergreen High School, sporting the T-shirt. Seems several of the Evergreen High School kids sported the T-shirt. And number 42, Ben Nichols from Netherlands, is coming up on the finish line as well. So there's Oliver on your screen right now, and Ben Nichols coming in right behind him. Looks like we've got a Tudor Valley coming in next. That is going to be number 50. It's like 56, Shane Griffith. And then a 54 is going to be, nope, that's not 54. That is 64. That is Alden Wade from Steamboat Springs High School coming up onto the finish line here. This is number 63 that's coming into view now. 63 is Xander Dalkey from Steamboat Springs. So two Steamboat skiers coming right across at the same time. We've got 65 and 57. So 65 is going to be Dane Jensen, and 57 is Connor Cooley from Vail Mountain School. So they're coming up out on the finish line. Looks like a heated race, so a little bit of pole action across it. We've got a bottom mountain skier. I think it's Caden Williams that's coming across next. And number 29 is coming up on the screen. Number 29 is for Taryn Goon from Clear Creek. Strong race for him. So looks like we got some Steamboat Springs folks coming here. 69. 69 is going to be Jeremiah Kelly. Jeremiah placed 46 in last year's state meet. I think he'll be happy with today's race. He passed several of the people who were in front of him. And then we have number 70, which is our Aspen skier, JP Viola, which is the perfect Nordic ski name. Viola is one of the types of kickbacks you can have in classic race. So he was destined for this sport. Good for him. So again, if you're looking at the final results, these are not the finals. These are just preliminaries, just based off of the timing system. Ferguson St. John is still in first with a 14:49. Sumner Cotton with a 14:50. It was 1.4 seconds separated first and second, followed by Sullivan Middall. Then it was Jace Peters, Cole Flashner, and Graham Tui Gatus rounding it out in sixth place. Noah Wheelis was seventh. Ethan Callerman, Corbin Carpenter, and Zach Footer finished out the top 10. So that's what we have so far. I'm still looking for a few of the times for some of the race, pre-race favorites that are just not posting yet. So I don't know if they didn't get their times, where they're going to kind of fall into things. But Aspen's, Tiago Moore, and Anders Weiss, who went 1-2 in last year's state meet, have not posted yet. So I don't exactly know where they're going to finish up, but that's the current situation. We had number 73, Will Coons, coming up here from Middle Park High School. So remember, there are 75 racers, and we're just about getting into the 70s here. There's 72, which is Bowden Tuminello from Steamboat Springs High School. That's coming up onto the screen now. So we're just about ready to get some of our final racers across the finish line and kind of finalize the race. It was an exciting race. It is getting warmer by the second out here. I think we're definitely up into the 40s. Seeing a lot of T-shirts. That was number 74 that's coming up, Jackson Fryer from Steamboat Springs High School. See him coming across the finish line here. And just as a reminder, we have the girls starting at 10:45, which is about 9 minutes from now. So we will take a short break and then start up on the girls' race here in a few minutes. After the girls finish their classic, we are going to be going to the boys' skate, which will start at 1:30. 1:30 will be the boys' skate time. It is a different course. It is a shorter course. I would anticipate that we will see several racers sub 7 minutes on that course. So it's almost like a mile if you were running it on a track. It's going to be that fast. So the girls will then go at 2. So please hop on at 2 if you're interested in the girls' skate race. Same course as the boys. And we hope to be completely finished by 3 o'clock, probably earlier than that, we will conclude. So that's the schedule for the rest of the day. We are just about finished with the boys 5-kilometer classic race. And we've got just a few racers left. I see 4 of them coming up in the straightaway here. We'll see if we can get the numbers as they cross the finish line. So, coming up first to this group is going to be number 73, which is going to be Will Coons from Middle Park, but he looks like he's a Steamboat Springs, so that might not be Will Coons in the front there. Might have the bibs wrong. This is 73, which is Will Coons from Middle Park. Coming up, and then I think we've got 1 or 2 more coming across the line here. We should... Maybe not. That was the 2 there. So I think that might be our final 2. I don't see too many others out on the course yet. So we'll take a quick break here and refresh the results just to see. So, yeah, just for those of you who are listening in, I've just looked at the results again. It's still showing Ferguson St. John, Sumner Cotton, Sullivan Middow, Jace Peters, Cole Flashner, Graham Tui Gatus, Noah Wheelis, Ethan Kellerman, Corbin Carpenter, and then Zach Footer rounds out the top 10. So that's where we're at right now on our top 10 list. Hopefully we'll see 1 or 2 more racers coming in, and we will conclude and start the girls in about 7 minutes or so. Okay, thank you.